As Ryerson social work students, we set out to assess the benefits of social media.
We explored many usages within the social service sector, and these are the results.
Yes, I use Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
I use YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr.
Yes, I use social media. I use Facebook and Instagram.
有用 Facebook、Instagram、微博、人人 QQ、
Facebook, Instagram.
YouTube, like, of course, for my school purposes.
Yeah, I use Instagram and Facebook.
Facebook यूज करती हूँ मैं उसको यूज करती हूँ.
Information. That's the best thing you can get out of social media.
It's just another platform and space for people to encounter the organization, get a better sense of who we are and what we do.
Social media to express a lot of my concern. I think that's the reason for it. It's basically to say what you want, what you feel.
So we don't see social media as this thing that our students do instead of learning, but that we instead see it as a thing that's part of learning, that we can harness as a means of learning.
A lot of people nowadays are using social media because it has no barriers. It's like long distance phone calls and writing and mailing and taking a long time when you can just instant message somebody and get that information to them as soon as possible for free, you know?
Using media as a tool to support the ideas that the agency or the organization or even the network want to gather support for.
Social media is really effective when you can create relationships with your audiences, creating that kind of dialogue and relationship building with our donor base.
Look at new ways of funding in terms of crowdsourced funding.
Social media is sort of like word of mouth, basically. So you're putting the word out there and then it's expanding even more.
I think it has to be one of many tools. Many people are able to connect online, are able to find information online. It deals with social anxiety, it deals with physical geography limitations. We live in a really cold city for big parts of the year, so being able to use this as one of many tactics to reach people rather than ceaselessly putting posters up on community health center walls and assuming that that's enough of a reach out.
It is usually about exchange of information, ideas, and the tool can be effective in developing long-term relationships. Social media tools can be a vehicle to increasing the value of participating in a network. It can be an effective way of instantaneous communication, also be used as a tool for problem solving, sharing of ideas, informing groups, communities, being relevant, being up to date.
We've adopted Twitter. That's something that our team of youth animators through the Safety Net project identified as like a key outreach strategy for them in terms of engaging their peers.
When I was youth animating for Safety Net, we were getting paid to tweet. That was a good way for me to interact and engage myself with the youths. And because I was able to use social media as a platform, I was able to reach out to more and raise more awareness about Safety Net.
If you're gonna use it in the workplace, you have a workplace that's different from your personal values. You just make sure that it expresses the values of the agencies that you're working for.
So actually we built it into the project design that one of the final project deliverables was to get over 200 followers on Twitter.
It allows youth to kind of use their own voice and create their own voice around their experience, express their opinions about something in a medium that is valuable and understandable to them.
I use it to definitely get the immediate attention of them. A lot of people use so that try to contact by phone, they don't even answer their phone. I try to text them, they don't, you know? But if I will tweet them or email them or Facebook, you see how fast they respond.
I'm a high school student and I use Facebook a lot. So Facebook, Instagram, that's one place where you can find a lot of youth.
Now, a lot of people send resumes to postings and get very little results. The majority of people find work through other people. What you need to do is build a relationship. So Social media is another great way to find people to have a conversation. For example, LinkedIn. If you use LinkedIn to find people who are working in the companies where you want to work, you can use that as a way to actually get some corporate espionage going. You can have an informational interview. What's it like to work there? Tell me more about what's going on. What are the sorts of people they're hiring? What's the compensation like? What's the management structure like? All those sorts of things work really, really well for you.
It just has to be, it's the way we're communicating in the modern world, and I think it has to be one of the tactics that we use to find the people that we want to see.